We are obviously excited to be here. It's been a fun journey thus far. The hospitality in the short time we've been here has been extraordinary, and we are just, ready to enjoy what's going to be a fun few days here.
Questions? Gabe?
Don't need a microphone.
No, just an NCAA.
Will Acosta found the burritos and got you going. For you, 3 home runs in your career for 3.5 years. 0 home runs this year going into April. Now you got 18. What's been the secret for you?
There's nothing that stands out quite like a burrito. I think a change in my mindset has been really helpful for me. I've just kind of had a much more positive perspective on baseball and enjoying my time out there instead of pressing and, trying so hard to, stay on the field or whatever it may be. So positive mindset is probably the biggest difference.
Colin?
Jared, you're going to pharmacy school after this, right?
Yes, sir.
With, I guess maybe playing without the stress of maybe pitching for a professional career, has that kind of been helpful for you, just knowing that you can kind of leave it all out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've known that going into my Davidson career for now. It's my 5th year. So, I mean, I've kind of always had that same mindset. And truly, I just like to go out there and compete and watch these guys play.
Owen?
Coach, were there indicators in your mind that you'd seen that kind of would suggest that y'all would be able to go on this postseason run that you've been able to do?
No. So I'll give you a scenario. And these guys, our last conference series, we're playing at the University of Massachusetts. Exams ended on Wednesday. We flew to UMass, played a doubleheader Thursday, a single game Friday, flew back for graduation weekend. We had no idea mathematically what we'd have to do to get in our conference tournaments. 7 of the 13 go. We were 11-10 going into that series. We lose the first game of the doubleheader that Thursday. We were down 5-0 in the 9th inning of the second game. So as a coach, you kind of think, we don't want these guys doing this, but we think worst case scenarios, and you kind of plan ahead a little bit. So I'm thinking, okay, if we lose this means we got to win tomorrow. And even then, I don't know if we're in. All of a sudden, 4 home runs, 7 runs later, we win 7-5. Win the next day in 10 innings, nothing through 9. Win in the 10th, scored 5 in the 10th. I shake hands with our assistants at 13 and 11. I said, are we in? They said, I think so. Well, we find out later that there was a chance that 4 teams, based on the next day's games in the league, 4 teams could have finished 13 and 11, at which point they would have picked straws for 5, 6, 7, and 8. Fortunately, the very last game of the A10 season, a team lost, which established us as a 6. So we weren't 52-3 going into that tournament. And I think, I try to emphasize, and I think these guys have this sort of approach anyway. It's truly this pitch, this at bat. Everyone daydreams, thinks ahead as to what might or might not happen, but we got to lock in on what's going to occur. It's an overly overdone cliche, but I think it's really true.
For each of the players what has this experience here, particularly in College Station, been like for y'all to this point?
I mean, it's been incredible. Like he said, we were, first and foremost worried about making our conference tournament, to go there and then win a few elimination games. Especially as a senior, it's been so cool to just keep the baseball career alive. College Station's been awesome. We all walked out and kind of in wonder when we first saw the stadium. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Follow up, what have you heard about that environment? Sorry. What's been the best or toughest places you guys have played in your career?
Yeah, well, I've tried to read up as much as I can because I think it's going to be a really good time. I know the Raggies are going to be on us, but yeah, I've seen it's the best venue in sports. I think the fans take a lot of pride in making a difference, so it should be really exciting for us. We've played at South Carolina, but it was just a midweek game. They have a great fan base. North Carolina during the conference tournament certainly got pretty loud, so that was fun for us too.
Of course, Texas A&M's never had to contend with the people on the right field deck at Wilson Field at Davidson College. So
What are they like, Coach?
They're appropriately enthusiastic. So it used to be a hill where and then we had the parent of a former player asked if he could donate money to build a deck. And I said, they're not going to let you build a deck in the middle of campus. They built a 2-tiered deck in the middle of campus, larger than the first house my wife and I lived in. A lot of our parents kind of migrate out there, so they have a great time and they know not to cross the line. And I don't think it's going to be as loud as it's going to be here, though.
Yeah, you get about 20 or 30
Yeah.
fraternity guys out there, which they can kind of single out the right fielder, but I don't know if they can make a play shake like A&M fans.
During 364 pitches in an 11-day period, it really kind of carries the torch for these guys. Well, what is this moment, this experience been like for you?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think the most incredible part is just watching the team come together in the postseason run that we've had so far. It's crazy what adrenaline will give you. You know, it's just, like I said, I just like to go out there and compete. And it's been a lot of fun to see my college career kind of get extended a little longer.
What was it like closing out that series, especially for you when you've been a starter for most of the time?
Yeah, so I was actually a reliever my first 2 years here, so I've never really pitched in a game like that, obviously. But I've come out of the bullpen before, so I've kind of had a little bit of experience dealing with that. The ninth inning didn't go as the way I would have liked it to, but it sure made for a great story at the end.
I guess maybe the most famous alumni of Davidson is Stephen Curry. So which one of you guys on this team is Stephen Curry?
That's definitely Dern. I mean, he's the story right now, and I think, I said this the other day, I think he's, a great story for all of college sports. Just if you get to know him and get to know what he's done academically and as a leader, I think that he's a great role model that any college athlete could look up to. Doesn't have the same baby face as Steph Curry, though. A little bit different there.
Steph's growing that beard now, though.
Yeah.
Trying to be like Durant.
Maybe so.
I forget that these guys were not at school when Steph was there. And some of our guys walk around and they talk about Steph like the way everyone knows Steph. I'm like, it's Steph. But I forgot these guys were not around there. But he's tweeted some. He's reached out indirectly. He's a big part of this. I told some folks the other day there were way more than 27 people in that dugout at Carolina, given the response we've gotten from former players. The number of former players are going to be here who were in Chapel Hill. It's been kind of extraordinary.
Coach, what do you feel like your team has to do in order to continue this run and win the Super Regional here?
We've got to pick the baseball up on defense, and we've got to make sure that we don't provide base on balls. If we went into the Carolina Regional, came out of it, 3 games, allowed 6 runs. If you had told me before the Regional, you're going to play 3 games, Carolina twice, Florida Gulf Coast, very good offensive club, you're going to give up 6 runs in 3 games, I would have said you're out of your mind. And we played defense at important times, exclusive of Will's throw, which was a different animal. And we didn't walk guys, and that's true in every game, has been since this game started.
For the players, correct me if I'm wrong, but I read somewhere that pitcher Dan Spears cuts all of y'all's hair. How did that start, and what's that all about?
Yeah, he's a Jersey boy, so he obviously takes pride in his appearance and his hair. So he said he could do it, and some people started trusting him. I went to him for my last real haircut, so he doesn't just do the shaving down the middle of the head. He does real haircuts too. I think that our student manager James Padley has embraced it the most. With he gets about a new haircut every day with W shaved into his hair for every win we get. So yeah, it's been a good time. I think it kind of is a testament to how loose we are as a team and how much we enjoy being around each other.
Was it a tough sell for the manager to get W's in his hair every game?
He'll do anything for this team. I mean, he is. I've never seen somebody like him, just completely 100% team oriented. No importance of self.
And he's a great story. There's a lot of great stories of this thing. So Pads was a player, and we had the conversation of it's unlikely you're going to make the 35-man roster as a junior if you're willing to forego your last 2 years of eligibility. We'd like you to be a student assistant coach. I would go different than manager. And he did that, and he is all in. And he's, if you're going to have some most valuable players, he would certainly be a candidate on our club.
We'll kind of get the idea. Coach doesn't have to study all much. Just have fun, right?
Right.
You do that on your own, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not a big rah-rah, big speech type team. I think that we get a lot of energy from each other, and yeah, we've just been trying to enjoy every moment of this run, and that's helped us play better.
Time for 2 or 3 more.
Does it help you get acclimated that you have an assistant coach that is so familiar with A&M and Ryan Munger?
I think I don't think I can. I don't know about that specifically. We gather information on opponents, our assistants. That's kind of the job of all the assistants at colleges, of getting scouting reports put together. So So I don't think it's unique, but I don't think I can state strongly enough that a lot of what we've done to this point has been directly related to Rucker Taylor, Ryan Munger, and Aaron Lynch. I mean, I've tried to state that in press conferences. During going in the 8th inning on that Sunday game, I had no intention of doing that. That was Coach Taylor saying, "What do you think?" Not telling me to do that or you're an idiot, but what do you think? And then the four of us talking about it. It was a good job of me listening. So I'm really fortunate. I've got guys who are very good at that and are willing to share. The level of trust that our players have in them is extraordinary, and I truly am directed by them more than I direct them, and I'm trying to do the right thing, manage things a little bit, and stay out of their way, coaches and players included. I don't think I can state that as significantly as I would like.
A lot has been, we've already heard talk about the size of the crowd and the enthusiasm. Will, you even said, you know, for looking up, reading up about the Raggies and whatnot. Considering the way y'all got here and everything y'all had to do, I mean, is that really even an issue?
I don't think so for me. I think it'll be. All we said the other day, and I don't recall when we said it after one of the workouts, I said, hey, you know, we're in a position where we've got a lot of attention. There's going to be some distractions. Embrace it and keep your eye on the ball. And that's about that's as close to a Tom Lasorda thing as I get. And I spent a month with him, the USA team. So I said that's not my MO. That was, you know, that's, I think they're gonna be loose.
Last one? Anyone? Gabe, you got one? No? All right. Okay, thank you, guys.